Hey guys, it's me, Travis with PlayerProps.ai. This is what we're looking at for today's NBA games. This is going to be the last weird day that we're going to have. And by weird, what I mean is slim pickings, if that makes sense. So there are 3 NBA games tonight, and there are no NHL games till Wednesday. So we just had the Winter Olympics end with USA having that awesome gold-winning overtime goal. But tomorrow, Tuesday, NBA games, they're going to have a lot more options. And then Wednesday, we're going to have NHL and NBA. And then it's just happy-go-merry for everybody until the foreseeable future. So starting tomorrow, there's going to be a bountiful plenty of NBA games. And then starting Wednesday, we have NBA, NHL. And then we get MLB in pretty much almost a month from today, maybe a month and a few days. And then we get WNBA. So we're going to have pretty much the rest of the year where we're not going to be, in terms of the professional leagues, this is the last day of the calendar year where we're only going to have 3 things happening. The last day, there's only 3 professional games in the big 4, big 5. What is that? We got NBA, we got NHL, NFL, MLB, WNBA. So yeah, the big 5 professional leagues. This is the last day that we're gonna have this little. So what I'm doing as well is I was talking to my good friends, my good old AI chatbots, not chatbots, but AI like ChatGPT and Claude and all of them. Because a lot of people are like, how in the world have you hit so many bets on this YouTube channel, helped so many people, and only 11,600 people have subscribed to the YouTube channel? And I'm like, hey, that's a valid point. And so I sent all my stuff, this is what my thumbnails look like, this is my videos, all these other things. And I set them to these AI wizard bots. And I'm like, hey, am I doing something wrong in terms of concept or design or something? What is happening? And so they gave me a lot of good feedback, because that's what they do. More often than not, they give you good feedback. So there's going to be a lot of changes to this YouTube channel moving forward to focus on going from the 11,600 we have now to having 100,000 by the end of the year. Speaking of which, if you got this far, and this is your first time watching, if you haven't clicked that subscribe button, you want to do that ASAP, because like I said before, we here on this YouTube channel have the most accurate betting show on the planet in history. And the reason why we are more accurate than anybody else is because we don't focus on the 10 pick parlays and stuff that you only need to hit one in a month maybe, or one in a week or whatever it is to be profitable. We focus on finding the most optimal plays on the 2025 Sports Betting Business of the Year, 2025 Best Innovation, most awarded 2025 research app on the planet, PlayerProps.ai. The whole video is, this is how you use the app. And so when you're watching this video, if you're listening to the words coming out of my mouth, you constantly get better and better and better and better, to the point where the premium members in the Discord, what they like to do is, okay, before Travis drops the show today, let's all look at the app and let's see, before the show drops on YouTube and goes live, what is the play that he is going to wind up on? Because all you have to do is copy and paste what I do every single show, and you're gonna understand, okay, this is what the things he looks at, this is the things he avoids, and then it's gonna make you a better and better. So right now, prior to this dropping, tens of thousands of people in Discord are currently working together, or not even, doesn't necessarily have to be together, but just working to see okay, what do we think his play is gonna be based on everything he's taught us and the 1,500 videos he's dropped on this YouTube channel. And that's the goal. But until you get to that point, make sure you're understanding that this video is for teaching you how to use the app. And if you're not actually using the app with the education these videos provide, you're not doing yourself a service, and you're actually doing yourself a disservice. PlayerProps.ai exists, and the guidelines exist, and the checklist exists, and all that stuff is defined in Discord. It exists to keep you from shooting yourself in the foot, because that's what you've been doing pretty much since you started betting. You're making a lot of bad decisions, and we help you stop making them. We correct how to approach sports betting in a very healthy way. And when I say healthy, I mean all kinds of things. Financially healthy way, mentally healthy way, emotionally healthy way. There's videos and stuff that goes over that as well. But we're going to focus on getting 100,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And it starts with this week. Speaking of this week, next week I have another conference. So I'm going to be going to New York for a different sports betting conference. I don't think there's any awards at this conference. So there's no more hardware we can bring home. But a week from today, I'll be flying to, is it a week from today? No, it's not. Hold on. 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today. So we got 2 weeks of not repurposing, but kind of shifting our content strategy and the design and the concept of everything to maximize your guys' opportunities. Smash that subscribe button. We changed some of the stuff up top, so it's like, hey, because I think up top it said something along the lines of join everybody in Discord, but AI's like, that doesn't really paint the story of like how many people are using your app, because not every single person who uses the app gets in the Discord, which drives me crazy, but I can't force you to drink the water. I can only lead you to it. But it's like, hey, how many people have created an account on your app? And I'm like, 95,600, just over that. So that's why we have a new banner up here. And then down there, it's like, hey, just make this a little cleaner on the bottom. And that's just 2 of the trillions of things it told me to do to just sharpen the process of getting us to 100,000 subscribers by the end of the calendar year. So again, for the trillionth time, if you haven't smashed the sub button, you know that free button that subscribes to this channel, that helps us grow, that button. Do you really want to be a better bettor? Do you really want to win more bets? Because if you haven't smashed the sub button, I don't know what to tell you. Let's look at these 3 games. So I mention all the time with NBA that I do not have, I do not like 4-game slates or less, because it doesn't provide us much opportunity. And if there's nothing we like, it may lead to like the mental thought of, well, there's only 3 games. This is the best thing, so you might as well. And we never want to do a might as well or a forced bet. So we're going to see if we can find something for NBA. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. I see NHL is showing here. And if you see any of the bubbles, that means there's data and projections available. Now, I know that NHL doesn't come back till Wednesday. But look, as you see here, there is plenty of NHL. So if you shift to Wednesday, which is the day NHL returns, we have already had NHL stuff on there. So let's go ahead and go back to Monday and see if we can find something for NBA. The first scan I want to do, I'm just going to quickly go up and down. So there's only one blowout game, and that's Utah and Houston. And so first we're going to start on over, so we're not going to target blowout potential games. So we're just going to tap here on Memphis, Sacramento, and then also tap on Detroit, Spurs. And so what that does is it removes Houston, Utah from all the players that are showing right here. So essentially just eliminates them, because we're not looking at overs for anybody that's in a potential blowout game, like we just highlighted that they are. So now we did that. So we're going to go to our next thing, and we're going to filter to make sure we're not seeing any crazy baby lines. Man. So when you start applying yourself and you start actually listening to the education through all these videos and the education through that we provide 24/7, 365 in Discord, you can quickly look at something and within half of a millisecond know if it's a good play or not, because that's what we teach you. We teach you how to read everything. We teach you what to look for. There's a checklist. There's a 6-step checklist. If you're like, what is a 6-step checklist, Travis? Go to the free Discord, connect your accounts to unlock all the free channels. There's a channel called Checklist. That's the name of the channel. And it goes through the 6 things that we go over in every single one of these shows. But quick scan, we see that sportsbooks favor his under on this. And that's kind of the only thing that's iffy here. So I just want to keep scanning. So if there's anything else interesting, sportsbooks favor the under, no difference. So this would essentially be the only play. But again, sportsbooks favor the under. So we're going to see if we can... Okay, so FanDuel has the under favor, but DraftKings has it even, -113 each side. FanDuel is actually the only book out of the 4 that have a line form available right now that has them. So yeah, so this technically is So if we were to switch to BetMGM, I'm assuming this would be a trifecta. Trying to understand why it's not, though. So 2 books favor the over, 1 book is equal, and then 1 book favors the under. So because the majority favors the over, and then we have Bet Rivers even at a higher line, then yeah, we can consider this one here. I think our last, we're on quite the win streak right now on NBA. It's been a few weeks since we had an L. But I think the last one was Stefan Castle. He had a horrible shooting day, and he also got injured, so a lot of people had that bet voided anyway. Minutes are almost the same, 25, 25. Last 10 games, he's averaged 25.57. He's projected at 25.26. There's not a difference there. Kind of looking at all the stats here real quick. I'm gonna look at some combo stuff here. I don't think we need to, but I just want to see. I'm just looking at the defensive ranks. Yeah. I just wanted to see the defensive ranks of the other one to see if we can consider a combo for this, but everything else is either orange or red, so not really. But can we trust this guy? I think, where's the game that he was this the game here? 12 minutes. Yeah, this was, so it's been 13 days since we didn't profit because we had an avoided Stefan Castle play because he actually didn't have a bad shooting day. He had a 100% shooting day. He was 1 for 1. He hit every single shot he threw up there, but he got hurt. And that, sucked. And then 22 minutes, 21 minutes, 25 minutes. So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at what the AI, so you see how it shows us the AI projection on the bottom. So 16.37, 21, all this other stuff. And the fact that this is 1.5, that tells me that there's a potential chance for overtime because that's a very, very close spread. That's one of the closest spreads you can possibly have. That's not just a pick 'em. But so this is not us forcing it, but this is the only thing that makes sense. But it's not just because it's the only thing that makes sense, but it makes sense. It's not like we're forcing something. We just checked everything. It checks all the boxes. There's nothing I'm missing here. He didn't miss. He played 2 days ago, and then he played 2 days before that. So there's just the NBA All-Star break between these two here. Yeah, he played the 19th, the day after the NBA All-Star break ended. So yeah, so he's not missing time or anything. Yeah, I think this can be a short one here. I think this is what we're going to be rocking and rolling with, ladies and gents. The best part, this is I love adding new features for you guys because I also when I do these shows, it takes me half the time, if not a fractional, a tenth of the time to find some things that we're looking for. And the fact that we don't have to go to this tool anymore on the show because you saw that when we click on the line, it'll show us all that data. That's what we're all about. We're all about reducing the amount of time it takes to find an optimal, potentially winning play. But if you're new here, make sure you do the bare minimum. You click the subscribe button right now before you forget. And then when you download the PlayerProps.ai app for free and you create your account, every single tool has this glowing white button in the top right. It says how to use this app. That is the very first thing you want to do. Do not just assume you know what the stuff is. I don't care if you've been betting forever. We built our app in a very unique way that there are, you just spend a day, maybe a day or two, kind of going through, okay, I now understand how to use the app. Now let me use the app to crush it along with everybody else. And then after you do that, you want to click this Discord logo on the top here. This will get you into our server, and then there's a button in the server that says unlock channels. You click the button and then it will unlock channels for you because it'll sync your PlayerProps.ai account to your Discord account. That's what opens up everything. But yeah, so we're going to be, you might see some things different within the next 2 weeks here before the next conference that we have to head up for in 2 weeks. But yeah, the goal here is to get to 100K subscribers by the end of the year, and we're a 10th of the way there. So not only do I have to shift everything here, but you have to keep telling your friends and family about it. If you have somebody that bets on sports and they're not willing to tap a free subscribe button on a free YouTube channel or download a free app, it tells you a lot about how much they're interested in winning more and losing less. But share the knowledge. It costs you $0 to share the knowledge, and it costs them $0 to tap the subscribe button and download the app. So might as well tell them about it, because if you care about your friends and family, you want them to stop lighting their money on fire, and that's what we help you with. We'll see you guys in the Discord. Good luck today.